Mo already did the greatest segue ever with Swarm, but I do want to get back to it. Have you guys watched the show?
Watched it, loved it, thought it was great. Shout out to Donald Glover. I thought that the writing was dope. Just approaching obsessive fan culture the way he did, mixed in with social media, mixed in with just a bunch of shit that we see and read daily. I thought that they did a great job on it. Shout out to what is the girl's Dominique Fishback? Fishback or Fishbeck? Fishback, right? Fishback.
Don't ask me.
Dominique Fishback. She did an amazing job.
Love her walk.
Yeah, this was great, man. This was a good watch. I watched the whole season.
I'm halfway through now. Didn't think they'd lead with Chloe's cheeks, by the way. Well, I thought that was later in the season. That's like the first scene of episode 1. I was like, oh, great, Chloe.
Yeah, no, shout out to Chloe. She did a great job in it as well. Shout out to Dempsey. He did a good job. All the actors that was in it did a really good job. But the writing was really dope. And I think this is I like Dominique Fishback. I loved her in the what is it, Black Messiah? The Messiah, when she was with the Black Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
She was in that. I loved her in that. But this one, she did a really great job because obviously this was positioned around her. She was the main character in Swarm. Amazing job. I thought it was dope, and I think that Donald found a niche. I think he's gonna have more shows like this where he just takes a topic and just writes an entire 7-8 episode series around it.
Well, it's funny. I was waiting for the Stan episode of Atlanta. Because, they focus on a lot of stuff with the music industry, dedicate episodes to it. I was waiting in the last season of Atlanta. I was like, I wonder when they're going to go through the Stan shit with Paperboy.
Yeah.
And they touched on it here and there throughout the series, but they never gave a full episode.
No, this was Swarm.
This, to me, is why he waited.
Swarm was it. It really, really dove into the whole Gen Z serial killer type of thing. It was great. I thought it had its funny moments. It had its ridiculous moments.
For sure. I mean,
the whole series is ridiculous. I don't want to say too much because some people didn't see it yet. But
the 6th episode's really cool. How they did the investigative, like the short docu series.
Then they kind of like they broke the teased with the first 48 with the detective from Memphis. I forget her name, but they kind of like teased her in there a little bit too. Well, it was great.
Let me ask y'all this: we know Stans have watched this. How do you think, in their lens, the show is?
Oh, they hate it. They hate it.
Do you feel like they have a mirror and they're trying to deny it in their head? Like, I'm not this. Sure. I'm not this crazy.
Because they addressed those people directly in the 6th episode that I'm referring to. The woman who's doing like this she's a private, like independent detective.
Yeah,
and she's having a doc crew follow her as she's trying to crack this case in real time.
Can you pull up the lady from First 48 Memphis Police Department? She's notorious. They wanted when Young Dolph was killed, they was asking that she jumped on the case, being that she is in Memphis.
She figures those out in the first 6 hours.
And
she was crazy.
She interviews other people of the Hive, of the Swarm.
Caroline Mason. Detective Caroline Mason. That's her name.
There's one fan in particular, the black guy that they got, the gay black guy. And he's supposed to represent all the real life, like Beyonce fans. And she's like, would you kill? The question is like, would you kill for? And he's like, no. And then you could just like kind of see on his face, he's like ruminating and thinking about it. Yeah. It's like, holy shit. Like, this is the moment where they're talking directly to the audience.
Yeah. No, this was great.
I mean, we've definitely talked about why there isn't more content on finding, whether it be trolls, whether it be obsessed fans, whether it be people that just live under comments, and like really having a therapist or someone interview them to get down to the bottom of this. So I know a large community of that world watch this. And I just want to know if they really took it in like, oh, this is me. This is how I'm viewed.
Yeah.
And of course I'm not murdering people, even though some may be. But this is how we kind of look at y'all. Like, one day you could snap.
Yeah. You can go a little too far and a little too obsessed with the artist that you love and that you
but
follow.
Also, let's be fucking for real. Like, they centered this like it was Beyonce's fan because Beyonce has the most popular Hive.
They focused on the entire show.
We know whose fan base this really is. This is Nicki's fucking fan base. For sure. This is Nicki's fan base.
That's deflecting.
That's not deflecting.
I think what the Beehive does.
Yeah.
No.
I think they're the crazy ones.
So you think this is the Barbs?
For sure.
It's like when Hillary goes, what about Donald? Like, nah, both of y'all are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I think a Barb is snapping and going crazy before Beyonce fan for sure.
I think both groups and this may be a political answer, both groups have their fair majority of people that are like that on that
but
show.
this is why this is genius, because this can be literally any fan base. That's an obsessive culture type of thing. This can be the Barbs. This can be the Beehive.
The Navy.
This can be the Navy.
Navy is chill.
Navy do be minding their business.
Navy be minding.
I'm just saying, but that's because Rihanna be minding her business, and she don't put out music like that.
So Beyonce minds her business too.
Yeah, but Beyonce's more active in the music space. She's performing more than Rihanna. She's like seen more than Rihanna. Like,
man, the fans take after their leader.
Okay,
and I'm telling you, the Barbs are fucking.
I have not finished the series yet. What's the name of the artist again? Naja.
Yes.
Does Naja later on in the show act more like Beyonce or Nicki? Because I thought it was Beehive because it seemed like Naja just made music and was just
Beyonce.
So yeah, I don't think
it's Renaissance Beyonce.
Yeah,
that's the vibe I was getting in the first few episodes.
Yeah.
Now if she starts getting on Twitter and saying, "Hey, attack," then I'd be like, maybe this is about Nicki's crew.
No, for sure they focused it on Beyonce. I'm just saying, if you're talking about killer fans, I think y'all should look at the Barbs more than the Beehive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Mal, relax.
He's both though.
But they killed.
Mal is a bigger Barb than Beehive.
Yeah, you're a big Barb.
No, I think you're like the Dennis Rodman diplomat of like both crews.
That's because I get my nails done. That's why you went to Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, and like you fuck with North Korea and the United States.
Yeah.
The same way, Barbs, Beehive. You're a member of both. Both sides respect you.
Absolutely. I love Beyonce.
You're like Prop Joe.
Exactly. I'm not like Prop Joe. I love Nicki, love Beyonce, but I do love the fact that this show literally can be about any one of those cultural fan bases type of thing.
They killed Eddin's queen.
Who was my queen?
Selena.
Sure.
She had some of the early.
That was a fan moment.
I guess.
But why that got to be Eddin's queen though?
I mean, we know why.
Because I'm.
He wasn't even born yet.
He wasn't even born. He doesn't even remember Selena.
Demaris, did you identify with any of the episodes?
She didn't see
someone
it.
that
I have not seen it yet. I've seen clips, but I have not had the chance to.
She was too busy and nice guy, being a nice girl,
being a very nice girl.
I mean, again, I only saw the first few episodes. I'm with some of the murders she's done so far.
We know,
of course,
but not like on the stance of stan culture. Like if you feel like marking the tow truck guy and becoming a stripper for it, I mean, that's dedication.
No, but it literally was because she was reading tweets online.
I'm aware.
Dissing like her favorite artist, and like, okay, I'm gonna come find you.
Nah, but he also dissed Chloe.
Oh yeah, he attacked Melissa.
Yeah. So I'm at the point in the series where I'm like, all right, is she really a stan or is she defending her sister? Or if they say nothing about her sister, they still gonna kill?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in that mode.
Yeah,
but from what I understand, it's just because she's a stan.
Well, y'all definitely got to watch it. It was a good watch. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did. It was funny. It was like crazy. But I love the fact that Dominique Fishback, she just did a great job, and she's definitely becoming one of my favorite actresses.
This is why I think bigger artists should do meet and greets. Before you send your hive, your crew, your squad out to attack people online, you should meet them and see how unstable they are.
The artists?
Yes. I feel like if they went city to city and at least did 10 meet and greets of the biggest fans, they would go, some of these people are a little off. Maybe I shouldn't send them to go harass people.
Yeah, but but when you're as big as these artists are, like you're going to have people obviously that love your music and your art that are a little off. That's because so many people love you. But I mean, that's not on, the onus is not on the artist. People should go get help. Like just because I make great music that you love.
Oh no, I agree.
And you have a real mental issue, that doesn't fall on me.
But when you intentionally send your mentally unstable squad out to the world to go harass people.
Oh, so you're talking about Nicki.
And what? No. And these people are finding people's addresses and putting up photos of Reese Witherspoon's house because she maybe made a bad comment. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't send your squad out.
Did Nicki do that?
I don't know. They made it about Nicki. I'm not making it about Nicki.
And I also think that you should probably speak
I'm talking about Lotto's fan base.
Because if we're going into one of the biggest,
what do they call her fan base? The lotteries?
The money bags.
Okay.
It's something
The
like
scratch and sniffs.
I'm down with this.
The scratch and sniffs.
Scratch and sniff them panties for sure.
The scratch and sniffs
Holy
is crazy.
shit.
Which I also want to get into the Lola Brooke remix too. After we can revisit that with Lotto. But one of the craziest fan moments from the Beehive was when that whole Becky with the good hairline came out, and people were talking about Rachel Roy, and so many of the fans, for some reason, mistook Rachel Roy with Rachel Ray, and Rachel Ray was getting fucking harassed.
She caught the thunder.
Yo,
I'm trying to just sell some pots.
I got a new
Home
nonstick
Goods.
pan. I'm trying to create. I just created a new nonstick. Like, what's going on?
NewRoryNMal.